PSG lost Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid in the summer on a free transfer, and many would have thought they would struggle to replace his talent. But in fact, PSG have got better. They're the only unbeaten team in the league in Europe's top 5 divisions. They're scoring more goals, conceding fewer, and they look much better tactically. But how has Luis Enrique done this? Losing a superstar, but improving his PSG side. Today, we're going to find out why. We're going to dive into the tactics, the formations, and the statistics. But anyway, let's get this party started. Whilst PSG have continued with their preferred formation, in possession, PSG look very different. In possession, Enrique's PSG adopt a 3-2-5 attacking structure. This naturally creates a lot of passing diamonds, and Enrique leans into this, in particular in the wide areas. Often we see PSG focus their play down the flanks, usually with a fullback, central midfielder, winger and either another midfielder or a striker creating a wide diamond. This naturally overloads a number of the most popular defensive structures, which either makes it easy for PSG to progress the play down the flank with their spare man, or if teams decide to alter their structure to match PSG man for man, they'll open up space elsewhere, often on the opposite flank, which PSG look to exploit with a quick switch of play. Diamonds themselves in football are really useful because not only do they give you multiple passing options, but they're super flexible shapes that allow well-drilled teams to truly build momentum. So let's take a look at some examples, starting in PSG's 3-2 win against Lyon. We pick up the play with Marquinhos in possession inside the PSG box. Immediately you can see an initial diamond that the PSG players form around the ball and use to get out of pressure. Marquinhos passes it to Hakimi, and Hakimi goes inside to Vitinha, who clips the ball down the line to the winger. At this point, PSG have created a new diamond with Kvaratskhelia, Neves, Hakimi and Vitinha, with João Neves in space as a spare man. Kvaratskhelia drops it back to Hakimi. Hakimi finds Neves inside, and Neves gets it back to Kvaratskhelia, breaking the press and allowing PSG to go direct to Ousmane Dembele with a through ball. Unfortunately, Dembele's shot was blocked on the line. Regardless, this was a great move because of Luis Enrique's coaching and instructions. First, teaching them how to position themselves and exploit space, and then improving their technical skills to a higher level to allow them to play one or two touch. Whilst this is an example of PSG playing through, Luis Enrique's side can use exactly the same overloads and then switch the play to create chances. Whilst this is an example of PSG playing through, Luis Enrique's side can also use the same overloads, then switch the play to create chances. In fact, PSG ranks second in Europe for switches of play per game, which in terms of raw numbers is nearly double the amount they played last season. Last season, PSG actually ranked 51st out of the 96 teams in Europe for switches. So to jump up to second is a drastic change in style. But let's take a look at an example. In the 3-0 first leg win over Brest in the Champions League, PSG had an almost identical passing move, but this time on the left-hand side, working the ball from deep inside their own third using a similar up-back-through style of progression by creating multiple diamonds. But instead of penetrating directly with a through ball, Neves switches the play out to Hakimi, getting PSG's two most dynamic attackers in a 2v1 with Brest's fullback. In both situations, we can clearly see PSG's players arrange themselves in diamonds around the ball to support the play, which allows them to beat man-to-man pressure. Right, on to today's sponsor of this video, and that is Huel. Their Black Edition has been a personal game changer for me. I've been very busy in 2025 with the BBC, with Sky Sports, been travelling up and down from Manchester to London over and over again, and this is where Huel Black Edition has really helped me out. Those days when I've not been able to make food the night before, or grab some lunch before getting on the train, whipping out a strawberry and banana Huel Black Edition has saved the day. Not only does it come ready to drink in a bottle, but it's got the right amount of protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fibre, vitamins and minerals that you need as part of a balanced diet. My favourite flavour at the moment is strawberry and banana. Used to be a bit of an iced coffee guy, then moved on to vanilla, but now strawberry and banana for me is number one. So if you want a healthy and convenient meal on the go, head over to Huel.com and use the code StatmanDave to get £10 off your first order. But hurry, this offer is only available for 72 hours after this video has gone live, so hurry up and try Huel today. Let's not mess around here. Kylian Mbappe is a world-class player. Last season, he was directly involved in 54 goals in 48 games, averaging a goal and assist on average every 70 minutes. But actually, he was holding PSG back. Rather than playing to a plan or structure, PSG would often rely on getting the ball to Mbappe, regardless of sometimes better passing options. This made PSG predictable, as Mbappe would sit and wait for the ball in the inside left channel. In fact, this over-reliance on Mbappe cost PSG in the Champions League, with Borussia Dortmund restricting Mbappe to around half his usual expected goal plus assist output. But with Kylian Mbappe in Madrid, Luis Enrique has been tactically liberated in Paris. Speaking in a press conference in February, he said, "I was very brave last season when I told you we would have a better attack and a better defence. I keep saying it and the numbers confirm it. Everyone wanted Kylian, but the team is responding positively at a spectacular level. I wanted more players to score and the maturity of the team is very good." So what's actually different? PSG build up in a similar shape to last season, the same 4-3-3 from the goalkeeper before they transition into a 3-2-5 in advanced areas. The big change can be found in their positional fluidity and interchanges between positions. Whereas last season PSG were very flat in possession, the players largely sticking to their own areas and roles, this season PSG are hyper fluid, with all outfielders, bar the centre-backs, free to rotate positions. The most common PSG setup usually sees the left back tuck into a back three, Ruiz join the wingers and Hakimi in the front five, and Vitinha and Neves anchoring the middle. However, we've also seen the left back high, either out wide or in the inside channel, with all central midfielders dropping into the back three at times. Finally, the false nine is given ultimate freedom, and the rest of the team will react to his positioning to ensure PSG always have balance. For me, this is the first time I've ever seen a top European side consistently allow a defensive midfielder to move into attacking midfield. But this only works because of the rest of PSG's midfield provide cover and balance. Which moves on to what has probably held PSG back the most in their quest to win the Champions League, and that is intensity. Last season, everyone knew what to expect from PSG. Half a press with no real effort to win the ball back. But this season, there has been major improvements. Without a true superstar in its ranks, Luis Enrique's PSG have truly bought into his man-to-man pressing structure, and it's working superbly. Without the ball this season, Enrique's PSG press an aggressive man-to-man scheme. In particular, the striker presses the ball. The wingers force the opposition back inside by pressing from out to in. Their midfielders man-mark their opposite number, and their back four jumps to the closest man to their zone. Because the system is man-to-man, there's no set structure and will vary depending on the opposition's attacking shape. Regardless of structure, PSG's pressing intent is very good, which is a big improvement compared to what we've seen previously from PSG's pressing and counter-pressing. In fact, in league football, PSG's PPDA and challenge intensity would rank them first in the Premier League, even better than Adoni Iraola's Bournemouth, a team that gets praise for its work off the ball. So to wrap this all up, for me, PSG are a much better team without Kylian Mbappe. They look a lot better. The wide diamonds they form, the fluidity in midfield and attack and defence, in build-up and chance creation is so much better. PSG have scored more goals per game this season, but they've also got a much better split in terms of their goal scorers. Last season, Mbappe scored 35% of PSG's goals in all competitions. That has now dropped down to 25% with their top goal scorer in Ousmane Dembele, who is playing some of the best football of his life. But moving to that defensive side of things, like Mbappe that maybe engages the first time but doesn't get back into shape, PSG are so much better in the press, a better PPDA and challenge intensity in Liga this season versus last year. The overall structure of PSG is much better with and without the ball. Mbappe has left and the rest of the players have stepped up. Don't get me wrong, some of these players didn't defend last season, but now without a superstar in the ranks, they're coming together as a unit and as a team. And for me, Luis Enrique has built the best version of PSG with additions like João Neves in midfield, allowing them to be super fluid on that line. Who's the 6, who's the 10, who's the 8? PSG move and adapt in the environment of football. But basically, to round this up, PSG have become a much better team under Luis Enrique without Kylian Mbappe and are much closer to their first Champions League title. But anyway, guys, I've been Statman Dave. If you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and of course, check out Huel at huel.com and use the code StatmanDave to get £10 off your first order. Anyway, till next time.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.